Rottweiler Vlogs, episode 125. Mizzo Mack back with some more dope content. This time I got my man Vince from Bar K9. He came all the way out to Decatur, Georgia to give me a hand with my dogs because I got 2 more Rottweilers coming in this week, and I'm trying to get an assessment of my pack and how I'm moving along. You guys make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and as always, enjoy the video.
All in all, man, the pack really well put together, really well cared for by not only you but the whole family. So I definitely want to commend you on that first. Husbandry is a big thing that people slip on, not only as dog owners but especially as breeders. And minus the mud, which we've been getting rain, I'm telling you, the dogs 110%. All of them well fed, all of them well bred, all of them doing really good even with their obedience. So it's really dope to see that in numbers. How many dogs did I just see in there? Five dogs. So, you know, again, that speaks volume for not only the kennel, but then also the family. Go ahead, toss me that one more time, young man. All right. Woo! Woo! You see the speed. So look, I just wanted to make a point with him because he'll pose real good for this. Come here. So, good, right there. Notice not only the feet in the natural stack, but when the dog stands naturally after being driven, he's not pulling here, I'm not manipulating anything. Look at the shoulder structure, look at the real dome, even the chest. It's really clean, even his angulations. Now, the biggest thing that I see in Rotties is bad hips. I see good hips when the dog's in motion. If it ain't on x-ray, you can't tell a good gait unless the dog's in motion. Go ahead, toss that ball one more time. Good boy, come here. Well, that wasn't the greatest example, but when this dog's in full stride, I just saw him running with his full pack. He looks phenomenal. Okay, he's able to do one full open stride. He's not staggering, and all of these dogs too. Another key to looking at hips from the outside is they sit square. So when you see most Rotties or Mastiffs sit and they tuck one off to the side, or they throw their butt out, or when they walk they do this exaggerated waddle, you can anticipate some type of hip issue and or not normal gait. These dogs, I haven't seen it once. Everybody sits square, everybody lays square, everybody's moving really good, and everybody has dope feet. Nobody's webbed, nobody's easty-westy. Let me show you what I mean by that. Here, go ahead, squeak it. Boy, what a handsome boy. So, his feet aren't turned in. They're not too far turned out. They're actually facing straight. I don't know if you can see that with the grass there. His toes are not splayed out on the ground. They're not webbed, okay? There's no dew claws in the rear like I've been seeing on some of these dogs lately. That is not natural. Beautiful conformation. So this is one of his male dogs. I'm gonna show you a prime example of one of the female dogs I saw today. All of these dogs are great. All of these dogs are imports, and they're not perfected. From what I understand, he's a foundation male for your program, yes. And then the rest of the females are going to be added in. So you can expect to see better dogs that will actually be outproduced more than the moms and the dad that I'm showing you here today. So we'll go ahead and pull her out, give you guys a quick glimpse at her. But yeah, really glad with what I see from temperament to you know, structure, conformation, and then like I said, they're family-oriented dogs that got their drive. You know, they're being engaged properly. I really like it. Even the housing. You know, these dogs aren't staying outside. They're not in kennels. They're not tied on chains. They're getting a lot of intense daily care that not only costs a lot of money, but definitely costs you in a lot of time. So it's a team effort, and I see it happening here. So this is the beautiful girl I spoke to you guys about a moment ago when I had Batman out. Again, look at the conformation. I saw really great conformation, but outside of the conformation, what I was told about her and what I was evidently able to see is the level of drive paired with intelligence. Super drivey female, not only on the ball, just coming out, high attention drive. She definitely knows how to work it, but again, for a female to have a dome like that, the feet, again, we're not easty-westy. She's not stacked. This is her natural. Straight, no splay, okay? And can you sit? Sit. Good girl. Again, a square sit. Nothing plopped out to the side. Good girl. Breed aside, definitely had some typical pack and hierarchy behavior. which gets displayed several different ways. You know, I get questions all the time. How do I know if my dog's dominating the other dog or if they're being alpha per se? And people talk about activities or you know, things like mounting, humping, chewing, growling, protection over food, toys, possession over beds, and things like that. And those are definitely forms and displays of dominance and or hierarchy. Oh boy. So when you start to see those type of behaviors, the best thing to do is target in on that dog. By doing that, you're alleviating yourself of a future issue that'll typically grow. The one thing I can say I do like about all the dogs, regardless of any type of aggression toward each other, is their sociability, even with me, the young man, and the other dogs that they do integrate with. You know, the way they handle things is very good. We actually had a stranger walk up trying to get us to vote, which we will be, and the dog displayed natural aggression and suspicion. Nothing too overdone, not trying to break out of the cages, not trying to bust off of the leash, but warranted barks, growls, hackles. You know, all those things are really, really great to see because it naturally does come out of a Rottweiler. And all the things we naturally see in a Rottweiler I've seen here today. Not even that, but just a little bit more. He's got quite the variety in females. He's got quite the variety in females, which is going to be nice when pairing him to a male like Batman. So I'd be curious to see what the future holds for this kennel, but definitely in the immediate, you got yourself an arsenal. Each individual dog playing their own role, from temperament to conformation and even intelligence. So I think that if you guys really, really are looking for a solid pup, you're looking for a well-rounded Rottweiler, this is something great. Something where if you wanted to do a little bit of sport, or you definitely needed a protective dog, or vice versa, you just want a really good companion, you're gonna have a win here. And as I said before, these dogs can move. These dogs are actually athletic, they're healthy, they've got good hips. All the things that you're pretty wary about on a Rottweiler, I'm not seeing evident here today. And again, time will tell, but you know, it's really, really beautiful to see these dogs in motion, in a pack environment, incorporated with the family, doing extremely well. Nice. Once we move forward with obedience training, hopefully we'll be able to give you guys some more footage of how that can heighten the beauty in the pack and how you can gain a little bit more out of your dog. And I'd always tell people, remember, animal first, dog second, pet third. So when you guys are ready to start training, when you're ready to start, you know, taking your dog to the next level and being more than just a companion, definitely reach out to us and we can help you out. Not only pair you with maybe the right Roddy, but then the right trainer.
So let me ask you this, because I called you yesterday to come out here and help me, because in a few days I'm about to have 2 Rottweilers who are coming from up north in Boston, the Boston area, coming down here to me. They was actually imported.
Nope.
And I'm going to be integrating them into my pack.
Yeah.
So you're kind of coaching me through the steps I need to take so I do this the right way.
Absolutely.
But walk me through like what you've already explained to me off camera, on camera.
Biggest things you want to already have implemented before bringing any new dogs into a pack is a routine. A routine is power. A routine is understanding for any type of animal. You know, again, it's just like the bird in the morning. The sun rises, they get to chirping, they get to plucking worms. Same thing for the dog or the wolf pack. When they rise, first thing it is, we got to get something to drink, we got to hunt, we got to do our thing. So when you're trying to implement new animals or new dogs into a pack mentality, you want the already existing pack to be in a pretty strict routine, so that way they understand how we gain food here, how we gain leisure here. So if you want to get out to the backyard or release from the crate, or you know, we're going through thresholds like the front and the back door, all those things are, even, you know, as minute as they seem, they're really, really big parts of what happens for the pack. Each of those is a change of scenery and it has a different reward, whether it's relieving yourself to go to the bathroom, whether it's coming inside the crate to go ahead and be fed, or whether it's again waiting at each one of those thresholds for that thing to happen. So before we get into major and serious training, we have the advantage of the pack and the routine to go ahead and implement small things and understandings that then will build into obedience. So our sit, our down, our stay, our come, our heel, and then also an understanding of where you fall into the pack. If our expectations lie here and you're not doing it, then you're really not part of the pack. Exclusionary things will happen. You'll find yourself on the short end of the stick. So, but if everybody's going in a routine, dogs usually will habitually and without any cue, just go ahead and hop in. They see what the other dogs are doing. You may not teach your dog sit, but your older dog sits every time at the door, sits every time for the ball, sits every time for food. Now the new dog is sitting for all the same things. So just know that the already implemented routine is one of the most pivotal tools to integrate in the dog's new pack. Outside of that, understanding that you need to take time to get to know that new dog. So having it set up to where you're doing, at least for a week or two straight, an individual 10 to 15 minute activity or bonding time with that dog, whether it be training, whether it just be on leash walk, whatever it is, a game of ball or tug. But if you're not taking time with that new dog and you are still keeping things the same with the other dogs, it's not going to click. They're not going to want to come in and feel like a real member of the pack. You as alpha have to accept them and have to incorporate them and acknowledge them in a certain form and fashion in order for it to really click. So I always recommend definitely spending that small amount of time with them each day for at least a week or two, and then before fully incorporating them with the rest of the dogs, like if you guys have free run time, they play, they go to the bathroom together, that needs to be limited. That needs to be limited because what will happen in that small amount of time is the dogs in the yard will take the time, or I should say the integration period that you should be leveraging, when the dog just gets here, they'll take that and they'll mold it into what they want. They'll make that dog into what they want it to be versus what you had in mind for them. So always definitely stay on top of them after you guys get them here, and then following that, the best thing to do to keep everything cool, calm, and collected within the pack is to not be, or to remain unbiased. Nobody gets any individual attention or care or love in front of everybody else. If you want to have that one-on-one with that dog, you want to do the extra training, you want to go on the extra walk, you want to bring them inside of Netflix and chill, you should not and cannot do that in the presence of the rest of the pack. As soon as you start changing up the hierarchy or showing favoritism, it'll get reflected in the dog's behaviors. And I've seen dogs who won't fight over a female in heat, won't fight over a bowl of food, but will definitely go at it for affection. If the owner's showing one dog more affection or is leveraging praise and attention there as opposed to giving it to this dog. So once you go ahead and incorporate that new dog, just remember, let's keep a level playing field in front of everybody. It's just like my mom said, we always ask who's our favorite, whoever's in front of me at the time.